ran across this article. Cray. I've been hearing rumors about this for a while, but you know what? You got to thank your boy Peter Thiel because he took $2 grand and turned to $5 billion. I think that's why they mad. They tight. They like.
How dare you?
How dare you do that? How dare you? Dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
Just ran across this. Man, boy, they coming for your Rothe Ira. But I know y'all sick, bro. Yeah, anyway, I've been hearing rumors about this for a while. But I think right now that they sirs. And, you know, I'm going to just say, you better thank your boy Peter Thiel because he took $2 grand in 99, turned it into $5 billion tax free, and they don't like that. They don't like that, boy. And they're like, we're not about to have
another one.
Do that. No. You know, Biden
Come
over
on,
here.
man.
You know, we can't be having that. So, if you don't know who Peter Thiel is, and you don't know the move he made, he did something so spectacular. And if you don't know him,
Google it!
And you will see that he did the finesse of a millennia. So, Congress don't like that. So, it seems like they're about to try and kill this popular retirement tax move. Okay, so let me just start reading. I'm wasting that time right now. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if you're planning to do a Roth IRA conversion, which is where you take, I think, a traditional or a Roth and turn to a IRA, something like that. You know what? I should have knew this because I went through that whole thing. I read over it to see how he was doing it. Anyway, let me just read it. Okay, if you're planning to do a Roth IRA conversion to keep your retirement savings permanently out of the hands of the IRS, you might want to get on it. They ain't playing, I told y'all. So, the new tax bill on Capitol Hill is going to scrap these conversions for everybody. These rules for everybody after the end of the year. And no, not just for those earning $400K a year. The bill prohibits all employee after-tax contributions of qualified plans and prohibits after-tax IRA contributions from being converted to Roth, regardless of income level, effective for distributions, transfers, contributions made after the 31st. Oh, they coming, boy, they coming for you. I mean, y'all tight right now. Y'all hear it because you only got a few days and it's over. They trying to find any way to get some bread out of you. Okay, we keep going. Yeah. Want to keep going? Y'all want to throw up for a while? I'll give you a second. All right, let's keep going. This clause is in addition to the separate steps being taken to crack down on IRAs and Roth IRAs for millionaires, billionaires, and those making more than $400K a year. They coming for you. They coming for your neck, boy. And y'all hated Trump, boy, but
Bruh.
y'all about to get that work. I know, a lot of people they ain't making a lot right now, but this stuff matters. Once you start, getting in your 40s, 50s, and if you're really deep in your career, man, this is important news. What I think they're trying to do, they're trying to clip all these baby boomers that are about to get out the door. They're like, hey, because the baby boomers are not going to be putting into the system. They're going to start sucking that shit dry. So they're going to need, they got to get some money. And COVID didn't help. So you had COVID. Yeah, COVID happened during a time where you're going to see one of the largest groups of people retire ever in the history. These are like people who began a retirement account. They're all going to retire. And a lot of them started retiring early because of COVID. And the economy's slow. We're in a money pinch. Oh my goodness. We're in a money pinch right now. Like ridiculous. So that's what they're trying to do everything like this quickly. That's a huge change. Because they're saying by December 31st, that's a massive change to how things are ran, like financially. Like that's a big change. This is usually something that takes years and years and years. But this this is fast, and that's a huge shift because a lot of people were doing this. Anyway, let me keep going. President Sleepy Joe promised in his successful election campaign not to raise taxes on those making less than $400,000 or $450,000 if married and filing a joint return. So let's go back up to the article. It said this applies to everybody. For everybody after the end of the year, and it states, and no, not just for those earning more than 400 years. So this is for everybody. Okay, another president lying. Who get? It's not surprising. Anyway, campaign not to raise tax on those making 400 a year. Okay, technically, you could argue his change still meets the promise because it's not the imposition of a tax. It's the ending of a tax break. They let it get real slick and loose with the words when they're trying to protect somebody. But let's keep going. Incidentally, the bill also separately ends a practice known as backdoor Roth. See, this is what I meant earlier about the backdoor Roth, allowing high earners to get around income limits for IRA contributions. So, I can't remember exact details, but something like you start a Roth and then you convert it to a regular IRA, something like that. You should definitely look this up. Backdoor Roth. You know what? Let's do it right now. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Okay. So the strategy known as backdoor Roth IRA, since it allows wealthy people to avoid the income limits and caps on contributions of setting up Roth IRAs. Clients can contribute to a Roth IRA in 2021 if their income's over $140,000 for single filers, or $208 for if you're filing jointly. Plus, total contributions allowed each year to traditional IRAs and Roths can't be more than $6,000 or $7,000 if you're 50 or older. Okay, so mega backdoor IRAs take this strategy one step further using much higher maximum limits on 401ks. This lesser known strategy allows for after-tax contribution to go up to $58,000 a year. Then clients can convert some or all into a Roth. For those 50 or older, the IRS lets employees put $64,000. See, this ain't nothing but just trying to get all these old folks to catch up, man. Because they got behind, they've been partying. They said, hey, I need this to grow real fast. Okay. Yeah, I would say look into that. I've read it, but I can't remember the full detail now. I don't want to mess it up. But that was just a little glimpse of it. There's a way of doing it legally. So let me go back. I want to go back to the original article. Anyway. Okay. So David busts a lot. Okay. I bet the ladies love that. Anyway.
Bruh.
Okay. David busts a lot of. Oh man. A trust in the state's partner at the Connecticut law firm Pullman and calmly says the general theme of the bill when it comes to retirement planning is to try to close loopholes used by high earners. However, he adds, it looks like the law may also close some loopholes, inadvertently or not, for those who are on more middle-class incomes. The ending of Roth conversions is one example, he says. See, this is the thing, like, rich people, that's why I say, get the money. Because rich people, like, they can fight their way around this, but it always ends up hurting the people in this area the most, not the low, because the low income, what the IRA, they're trying to pay the bills. They put in a little $40 every 2 weeks on their check. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with them. It's really, when you're in that middle, you're getting just annihilated. Because when they make these rules, it like inadvertently affects you too, and this is where most people are, and this is the absolute worst place to be. Like for me, I was in the trades, and I'm like, you start off as an apprentice, then you become a journeyman, then you become a foreman, general foreman, superintendent, up and up from there. The worst place to be is a foreman, because you have a lot of responsibility. You don't get paid that much more than a journeyman, but you're just getting crushed, and if you don't get out, it's like being in the middle. Yeah, if you're a foreman, it's the worst place to be. You got all the responsibility and none of the upside of you're responsible for your guys, and if your guys mess up, it's on you. But if you're a GF, you got a bunch of foremen who are under you who want to move up, so they want to look good. So like, you're only responsible for the foreman, not for the his crews. But when you're a foreman, you're responsible for all your journeymen on your crew and your apprentice. Man, yeah, that's middle class pretty much. You don't want to be there. Let me keep going. Okay, there are two kinds of IRAs: traditional and a Roth, not Roth, a Roth. In a traditional IRA, you get to contribute with untaxed dollars. You can deduct the contributions from your taxable income for the year. Okay, did y'all following along? Y'all following along? You taking notes? You got your notepad? If you ain't got your notepad, I'll give you a second. Nope.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We're gonna keep going. You can deduct the contribution from your taxable income for the year, but you have to pay tax when the money comes out. See, I don't like that because all the super progressive stuff going on right now, dude, tax may be 98% by the time I take the money out. I don't like that. So, but you have to pay tax when the money comes out. And a Roth is the other way around. You contribute using tax dollars, but the money coming out is completely untaxed. Okay. Maximum IRA contributions are $6,000 a person, plus another $1,000 a year if you're 50. Until now, those who with money in traditional IRAs could convert them into Roths if they paid tax. Okay. So if say you have accumulated $50,000 in a traditional IRA, you can add that 50 to your taxable income for the year. Pay income tax on it and convert it to a Roth. There wouldn't be any more tax to pay in the future. Yeah, I would say read this. This is if you can find this. Let me go back to the title. It's called "Congress About to Kill This Popular Retirement Tax Book" by Brett Arends. I looked him up. I like to look at people who write these articles just to kind of see, especially if it's an opinion piece, to see like if they're like. So I get ready for what kind of bias is coming in the article. But he seems to be pretty just straight up. Smart guy, Cambridge, Oxford, like he sounds like a myth of a person, but I guess he's real. Anyway, let me go back down. But this area is, I would say read it over and over again if that did not make sense, because yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Okay, this move by Congress, if it stays in the bill, has major implications. It means that they will effectively end IRA tax break for most people making more than about $140K if single and $208 if you're married. See? That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you and your wife could both have good jobs. I mean, if you make $130 and your wife makes $80, you're right. You're well in here. Or like which is a very common situation nowadays. With there's a lot more women making a lot more money, or even the other way around. Like even if your wife's making 100 and you're making like 75, well, you're still earning a number, but like it's not uncommon to see a lot of women making $130,000 in their mid 30s. Well, I mean, in California, so you got a woman making 130, her husband's making 90. They're about to get killed. They're about to get outright killed. Okay, and any year you hit those limits, you won't be able to get any tax break on your IRA. It's over. It's over. You're about to pay that full percentage on your tax. It's a wrap. It's over. I'm telling you, like,
He needs some milk.
Oh man. It means that they will effectively, yeah. Oh man, that's rough. Oh, that is rough. Okay, I lost my place. Let me go back. Okay. In any of these hit those numbers, you won't be able to get any tax break on an IRA at all. So let's go back. Let's go back here because I want this to stick, dude. Like this here. This move by Congress, if it stays in the bill, has major implications. It means that they will effectively end IRA tax breaks for most people making more than $140,000 if you're single. Which I said, that ain't nowadays. If you're in Cali, you can make that. You can make that in a junior position if single, and 200. If you're married, you can easily hit 208. You can hit that number easily. If you and your wife have a semi-decent job, oh yeah, you can hit that number. Those numbers are low. I think they need to bump those up. They need to add another. That 140 should be 240, and that 208 should be 308, because you can hit these numbers so easily, so fucking easily. Okay, anyway. Okay, in any year you hit those limits, you will be earning too much to pay into traditional IRA. You'll be making too much to pay into a Roth. You will no longer have the third option, which is paying into a so-called non-deductible traditional IRA, which is an IRA with no tax break going in or coming out, and then immediately doing a Roth conversion, the backdoor Roth. Did y'all catch all that? Huh?
He needs some milk.
Okay, did y'all catch all that, or was that too much? Because that hit me. That made my stomach weak. It made me weak. Oh, okay. And boy, you'll be making. Look at that. When you hit those limits, like I said, they're so easy to hit. And any year you hit those limits, you won't be able to get any tax break. So imagine, right? I put in 12 grand. Me and my wife. And they'd be like, nah, son. No, you can't get that. You gotta eat that 12. You put that 12. You put that 12 grand in, but you made too much. You don't get that tax break. You're too rich. Imagine being married and making $208,001. Oh yeah, I want to drink some bleach. Anyway, the backdoor Roth. This guy's pretty good. I'm gonna kind of follow this guy. I kind of like this guy, Brett. I like the way he lays it out. Actually, really good. Usually, most of these guys are like they're so biased that they can't even like control it. And you could see it in the article, but he is being straight up. I like this guy. Shout out to him. Oh, see, I was talking about Peter Thiel. Popped up right here. How to invest in Roth IRA and unlike PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel, turned $2 grand into $5 billion. Shout out to him. Tax free. He got $5 billion when he come 59.5. He about to get $5 billion tax free. Man, I move. Boy, I'm sorry if I get $5 billion. Me and my wife, we out of here. What is out of here? We out of here. What does that mean? We out of here. But we out of here. Stop asking the questions. You know what I'm saying? They're like, where you going, Brian?
China.
That's where I'm going. That's what I'm telling you I'm going. But we're gonna be out of here. That's where we're going. Okay, let's continue. We're almost through this. Let's get through this. Power through this. There are wrinkles and caveats, as is always. Look, I'm about to get into my accent right now. As is always the case with the US tax code, the main one, if you're over these income limits but neither you nor your spouse is covered by 401k or other retirement plan at work, you'll still be eligible for a tax break on your IRA contributions. I got $1 billion retirement accounts I don't understand because I'm like 30 years away. Like I don't care. Like I don't care about 30 years. I mean, you should come to this seminar. No. Nowhere near retirement. Like it's probably going to change because I realized that none of it matters because it's going to change by the time I get there. Because I learned, that's something I learned early. When I joined, when I became an electrician, they were like, oh yeah, you can retire when you're 45 because you're so young, you'll have enough hours to retire. And I was like, really? They're like, yeah. I was like, really? They're like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Literally 6 months later, they changed the rule. They said it went from like, usually it was like you have to have, if you have the right number of hours and in like 20 years in or something like that, you can retire, or 25 years. And I'm like, I was 19. I'm like, they'll retire around 45, 46. 6 months later, changed like, oh, you gotta be 55. They bumped up the hours, and I'm like, well, the contract I signed said 45. They're like, we don't care. We're changing it. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing, obviously. Shit, ain't nothing I can do. And then they bumped up again. They bumped up again. That's why, like, I see the play, bro. That's why, like, I move a little different. I don't really care about a fucking seminar about the retirement because they're gonna change it. By the time the 30, if they change it 3 times in the 15 years I've been there, can you imagine 30 years from now? I don't even like engage because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because like it's so far out in the future. And those changes were within like my first 5 years of being in. No, my first 3 years. 3 to 5 years, let's say that. And you want me to be like going to a seminar over something over 30 years? No, I won't listen because it's nonsense. It's a waste of time. Go get upset and worked up over something. That's my retirement. I need extra 3. That's why I'm like, man, make your own money. So you ain't gotta worry about them flip-flopping it on you. Anyway, let me keep going. I have to digress sometimes because I like to say my little piece. Anyway. If you are over these income limits, okay, we got that. Okay, so far it doesn't look as if. Now I guess even as if lawmakers are going after Roth plans, 401k plans, where you contribute to your company's retirement plan using after-tax dollars and avoid future tax. Stay tuned. Should you rush and do that conversion while you still can? Maybe. Everyone's tax situation is different, and many may find it worth it. I've never been as big a fan of Roths and Roth conversions as the conventional wisdom in financial planning business. Yes, okay, Roths have a couple advantages over traditionals. For example, the IRS doesn't require you to take taxable distributions from a Roth after 72, which it does with traditional IRAs. I don't even know what the hell that means. Somebody look it up, put it in the comments. It doesn't require you to take taxable distributions from a Roth. So I look at it. I'm assuming that means like when you take. Okay. I guess it means when you take from it, it's tax free because these are post-tax dollars that you put into the fund. But overall, you figured I'm probably going to be paying much lower income tax rate in retirement than I am while I'm working. So why would I want to pay a higher tax rate upfront so I can avoid paying lower tax rate in a couple of days? Dude, I mean, taxes don't go down. Like, taxes just don't go down. Dude, by the time, I think, man, 30 years from now, dude, how they're going at this rate right now, dude. State tax gonna be 40% and federal gonna be like 80. That's way more than 100. But like I'm saying, I don't see it. I don't see a change in our lifetime. The internet really made it worse because, man, I'm like so nervous about the future. I really am. That's why I'm like, man, let me just get my cake up because that's my best way to get above. I need to make enough money to be above all of this stuff. That's what I'm saying. The middle class, you get murdered. Okay. Overall, I figured I'm probably going to be paying much lower income tax rate in retirement than I am while I'm working. So why would I want to pay a higher tax rate up front so I can avoid paying a lower rate in a couple of decades? I really pay no tax. Furthermore, I always figured that job one of my retirement savings isn't to make me rich. That's job 2, but to make sure I'm not poor. With traditional IRA, you don't pay tax on the money going in. And if you're in dire straits in your golden years, you don't pay much or any tax on the money coming out either. How dumb am I going to feel if I volunteer to pay more income tax today and then find myself hard up when I'm 80? Look, bro, I'd rather have like I said, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I want my shit to be ridiculous. See, but even with the IRA thing, like, dude, they could change those rules just like that. People don't understand. That's why, like, man, you gotta have your money up because they can change the rules just like that. Like they're trying to change this rule right now. That's a huge rule. Some people had their whole life designed around that was the rule, you know, and then they're gonna change that. Oh man, that's why, like, man, I get your money up. Like, that's what I really like. Get your money up. Get your money up. Like, they say cash is trash, but I'm like, no, because these people can change the rules on a whim like that and just ruin your investments. You know what I mean? I could be, you know, am I off? Hit me up in the comments. Am I off? Am I off, dude? Like, because if they could change the rules just like this, something like this is something that some people have probably been strategically doing for, like, playing this out in the comments, like, oh, we don't like it, so we're gonna change it right now. What the hell? Furthermore, okay, let me finish this off. Let me get up out of here. I'm done cooking. This may sound crazy. Okay. Furthermore, I always figured that when job retirement is okay. I think we're right there. Okay. This may sound crazy, but there's another reason I am wary of Roths. ROFs. Always remember that. I don't care what they wrote here. It's a damn Roth. ROF. Roth RAs. I don't trust politicians. Okay, good. See, I told you I like this guy for a reason. I told you I like this guy for a reason. Then I went on a whole soliloquy about how, like, these politicians could change anything. They'd be like, hey, look, you know, we're going to take your IRS, we're going to invest in China, and y'all just got to deal with that, you know. I don't care if, I don't care what you say. Guess what?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yo, shit, we about to tax that 80%. I know before we said, yeah, the Roth is post-tax, but we're going to have to tax because of this new thing that we Social Security short. Man, I do not. I watch. Oh, man, I had never, look, seriously, I never read this article before. I'm glad he put that in there because I don't trust these fools at all, because I watch and I listen. I'm like, they flippy-floppy. Okay. This may sound crazy, but there's another reason I worry of Roths. I don't trust politicians. Ooh, I kind of really just saw that different right now. Because the Roth is like, okay, I get taxed now and then it won't get me later. But he's like, the reason I'm worried of Roths, I don't trust politicians, is like, oh, before I keep reading, I get it now, because like I was saying, okay, it's an account that, like, oh no, you won't get taxed later. You pay the tax now, but they can always at the end change it. Like I was saying, oh my goodness, this is wild. But if I pay a regular IRA, I get taxed when I pull out. Because it may be, I call everything the Charlie Brown theory, you know. But they put that football down and want you to come kick it and they're gonna pull it away. Because it could be one thing, like, oh yeah, see, you were paying, those are post-tax dollars, but you know, things changed in 2050, so we gotta tax 15% because people don't have health care, and you need to take care of the rest of the people in the country. Yeah, no. Okay, ooh, that's actually a good point right there. I want to hit that another day. Anyway, let me keep going. We deep in here right now. Come on, y'all still with me? Huh? Y'all still with me?
Nope.
Okay, well, you need to be. Let's keep going. Okay. I don't trust politicians of either stripe. Me neither. You can say I don't trust voters. I definitely don't trust the voters. Most of the voters are out here wild right now. They're not even really paying attention. They're just looking at a quick clip on Facebook, which I think is the devil. I can pay tax on money up front, expecting to get my money tax-free in 30 years' time, only to find out I'm getting taxed the second time because, well, the government wants my money. I just said that. I promise you I did not read that. I promise you. I know it was there. That's what sucks. But I did not read that. But that was the exact thought I said. They could, like, who knows what's going to happen 30 years. I was saying that earlier. I never read this article. I just saw the title. It sounded, I like to go through them and talk through it. This is a good way to do it. I literally just, y'all know I said it. Hey, rewind the video. Rewind the video. Rewind the video.
Boy, if you don't get
Rewind the video. And you'll see that I literally just said that. I wasn't reading. I don't go ahead. I stopped and paused and be like, okay, this is my thought at this point. But that's exactly what I was just saying. I got to pay tax on money up front, expecting to get my money tax-free in 30 years time, only to find out I'm getting taxed the second time. Yeah, dude, because I've seen that trick bag so many times. Because at that point, 30 years from now, what are you gonna? Because the thing is, what are you gonna do? Yeah, we gonna be in cash. I'm gonna tell my wife we in cash. We in cash. I don't want no stocks, no bonds, nothing. We're in cash because all of these retirement accounts and holdings and savings accounts and all these different type of, especially I'm at, like, oh, but it's held on these. Like, look, we're at the whim of the politicians, and a lot of these new politicians are getting in. They're ignorant, and we're at the whim of what they say. I am not trying to put my financial future in a whim of some politicians. I'm sorry, absolutely not. And I think a lot of people are going to start realizing that. Oh my goodness. I think it's going to be like if they do something wild like that, I think it's going to be a massive stock market crash. If they change anymore, if they keep changing rules like this, like there's gonna be a mess, because most people are like, man, and you're seeing that. There's another article I saw where like people are like just opting out, like, hey, I'm gonna just keep cash because stuff weird right now. They're trying to change all the rules. They're trying to tax me to death. They're trying to tax all my accounts. I'm gonna just keep cash. I mean, some places are saying like we're at 500% on savings accounts. I low-key don't want to do no investing because they're like, they want to hit you with capital gains, and it's like most people ain't trying to mess with that. That's why, man, that's why people in crypto, they got like, anyway, I won't get into that. Well, that's another one. That's another one's coming out. Okay, I like to read these articles because they're pretty. I mean, they're interesting to me, and I'm pretty sure somebody out there who will be interested in it also. Probably get something out of it. Hopefully it's entertainment. Hopefully it's something you look into. Man, leave it. Put something in the comments. Okay. Naturally. Okay, anyway, I literally just said that I could pay tax on money up front, expecting to get the money tax-free in 30 years' time, only to find out I'm getting taxed the second time because, well, the government wants my money. I was just saying that. Oh my goodness. Naturally, it wouldn't be calling that a malevolent double taxation. It would be calling it cracking down on a loophole. Ooh, I like this guy. I like him. I'm gonna keep I looked him up and everything. Like, I like to look these people up and see what they're all about. Smart guy. Like I said, I think he went to Cambridge, Oxford. Very smart guy. Good journalist. Great journalist. He seems to be pretty fair from the article. I looked at a few articles. I didn't read this article before. I like to go with fresh, so I'll go look at other stuff he's done to see if he has a tone. But he seems pretty. I liked him. That's why I picked it. Okay, I keep going crazy. At least with my 401k and additional IRA money, I can't be taxed twice because I haven't yet been taxed once, which is a great way to look at it. Like, I kind of want to. That's actually this guy is smart. I want to meet this guy. This guy is very smart. Well, I mean, he went to Oxford and Cambridge. I got my high school diploma, so yeah, of course, everybody's smart to me. But no. I look at the finance line. The way he's saying a lot of stuff is very, very smart. Like, I was saying, hey, nobody even knows this is gold. What he's right here, this is like straight up gold. This is gold. Because these are concerns. These are real concerns, bro. Like, you should be definitely concerned about that, bro, because you ain't trying to be out there and like, yeah, I put into that Roth IRA and for 30 years and I'm about to take it out tax free, and then the government come and they say, nope, You about to get taxed a second time because the government wants your money. This guy is okay. Look this guy up. I saw his Twitter. He don't really post much, but great journalist Rothe Ira again. This is a really good article. All right, I gotta head on now so y'all can choke on
these nuts
and take a plane.
China.
And all I'm trying to know is we'll do another one. Okay, I like finance stuff. I like crypto, all that. It's just interesting to me, to be honest. Like, I mean, when I invest, I do simple stuff. I do like S&P, QQ, stuff like that. I don't do all this speculative. I play around a little crypto, throw 1,000 here and there. You know what I'm saying?